So everything we do today can be done body weight, but I'm also going to add the option of adding a weight to everything we do to make it a little more challenging. So the name of the game is always to listen to your body and do what's best for you. I will show you different options, but what I'm doing, you don't necessarily have to do. Listen to your body, take the modification. And like I said, we're going to be doing some warming up on our hands and our knees. So if this is a difficult position for anyone to get in, you should grab a chair or have something that you can hold on to nearby for balance. But it looks like we had a few new people join in. So you guys are going to need a set of dumbbells, a mat, or if you're in your living room and you have comfy carpet, you'll be okay. You won't need a mat. We're just going to be on our backs. And a chair or something to hold on to close by if you're not comfortable getting down on your hands and your knees. I'm going to offer a standing modification. And then a few more people are coming in, so we'll just wait maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. Hi, Miss Melissa.
Hi, beautiful. How are you? Just got your text.
Good. Yay. So happy you could join. Okay, so you're going to need a mat, a set of dumbbells, and then like I said, sorry if I keep repeating myself, if you cannot comfortably get down on your hands and knees, what we call a quadruped position, if this is too difficult for you, I want you to have a chair or something close by that you can hold on to for balance, and I'm going to offer a modification. Okay, so we are going to get going. I'm going to mute all of you just so the sound's a little clearer for everyone else. If you ever have a question or something comes up, just feel free to unmute yourself, ask the question, and we can go from there. Okay, happy Monday, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We have 20 minutes of targeted muscle training. So today our focus is glutes. Our gluteals are our muscles in our butt. We have 3 gluteal muscles. We have our gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle in our butt. That's the muscle that's responsible for doing most of the hard work and shaping our backside. And then we have our gluteus medius and our gluteus minimus, and those are the smaller of the 2 muscles, and those assist with the gluteus maximus, and they're kind of responsible for helping our body move. So also the biggest function of our glutes is to stabilize our hips. If we didn't have that stabilization in our hips, we wouldn't be able to walk upright. We'd be walking more like primates. So a lot of the times when we live a sedentary lifestyle, which a lot of us are doing right now, working from home or on the computer a lot more on Zoom, our glutes can become dormant. And that's when we experience that low back pain that sometimes rotates around into our hips, because it's just, they're trying to compensate for that weaker muscle. So it's super important that we activate our glutes so we have strong stabilization, better posture, and better mobility and movement. And also a lot of power comes from our glutes. So having strong glutes, we can do a lot more. Yeah, so glutes. We're gonna start on our mat. We're gonna be in that quadruped position I talked about. Again, if this is too much for you, I'm gonna offer you a standing modification. So if you're on the ground with me, we're gonna be on our hands and knees. Our chest is right over our hands. We have a slight bend in our elbows. Our core is engaged. You want to imagine that your belly button is pulling up towards your spine. So really activate your core here. And you're going to flex your left foot back and you're going to bring your heel towards the ceiling. Really squeezing through that left glute as you lift. You want to avoid rocking side to side. You want to stay nice and even throughout your hips. If you find yourself really reaching to get up there, you're going too far. So just go with what you have, a comfortable range of motion where you can keep that good stability and form. Keep going. If you cannot be on your hands and knees, I'm going to offer you a standing modification where you will be holding onto something for balance, and you're just going to be lifting that left leg out behind you like this. Okay, just really squeezing through that left glute, nice neutral spine. Okay, if you're on the floor with me, you have 3, 2, and 1. Over to our right side. Same thing, you're gonna flex that right foot back and you're gonna bring it up towards the ceiling, pressing up through that heel. Again, try not to rock out through those hips. You want to stay nice and stable, belly button's pulling in towards your spine. And make sure we're not walking out through our elbows. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick little child's pose. Okay, our next one, we're going to be in the same quadruped position. Instead of lifting our heel up towards the sky, we're going to lift our knee out towards the side of the room. You want to lift up and down. It's called a fire hydrant. So you want to imagine you're a little dog and you're peeing on a fire hydrant. That is the motion. So again, you really want to stabilize through your core, and you're using that glute to get you up there. Try not to rock too much side to side. If you find yourself really going over, you're lifting up too far. So even if it's just a baby lift, that's okay. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Over to the other side, right side, same thing. If you're with me standing up, sorry, I didn't offer this sooner, you're gonna go out to the side. Instead of going backwards, you're gonna bring that leg out to the side. Okay? Really activating through that glute. Okay, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. And we're gonna stand it on up. And we are going to go into a lateral moving squat. So all this is just a nice warm up to activate our booty before we get into it. So you want to have your chest lifted, your shoulder blades pulling back and down. You want your feet a little wider than your normal squat position, a little wider than your hips. Toes are facing forward. You're going to sink down like you're sitting in a chair, and we're going to walk side to side, staying low the whole time. You want to go about the length of your mat, and you're going to go back the other way. Just warming up. Staying low, and come up, shake it out, and then back into it. Sinking low like you're sitting down in a chair, chest is lifted, keep those shoulder blades up and down. One more. Great job. Okay, your booty should be burning. We're activating. Okay, you're gonna meet me on your mat. You're gonna be laying on your back. You can see me okay here. Or sorry, on our sides. You wanna be on your right side. So your right forearm and your right hip. You wanna imagine your body is in between 2 planks of glass. So you wanna stay nice upright, chest is lifted, shoulder blades pulling back and down. You are going to lift your top leg up and straight down, up and straight down. This is a side lying hip abduction. So unlike a clamshell where we keep our legs attached, you want to keep that parallel movement, just up and down. Added challenge, you can place your weight on your hip and lower up and down. We're here for 30 seconds. So remember to pull your belly button towards your spine. Really think about staying lifted up through your chest. You don't want to sink down like this. You want to stay nice and lifted. In 10 seconds, we're gonna flip it over and switch sides. So you got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, I feel that. Flip it on over, left side. So on that left forearm, on that left hip, stay nice and lifted. Weight or no weight option. You're gonna lift that top leg straight up, straight down. We're here for 30. Connect to your breath. Really squeeze it at the top. This is activating that mind-body connection. We're really focusing on our glutes here. Remember staying lifted up through your chest. You got 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now you can meet me on your back. If you want to be on your back, your legs are in towards your, or feet towards your butt, excuse me. You want your knees in line with your feet, and you really want to make sure your core is engaged. So pulling that belly button towards your spine, like you have a little rope tied around your belly button, and we're pulling it back towards the mat. Your palms are going to be extended down towards your feet. And on your inhale, you're going to lift your hips up and down, squeezing at the top. And you really want to make sure that your knees are pushing outward. You don't want your knees to touch. You don't want to let them cave in. You want to actively be pushing your knees away from your midline. So this is our glute bridge. We're going to stay here for 30 seconds. Added challenge, you can place that weight on your hips. Hold on to that weight as you go up and down. Really squeeze the top. It's almost like a 1-2 pause. You want to also avoid arching your back here. As you lift your hips up, you want to be in a straight line to your shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. So now you're going to bring your feet together. So if you can see this, like this. Feet together, pressing the heels of your feet together. It's going to be a frog pump. So option, weight can be on your hips or no weight at all. Same thing, you're going to squeeze your feet together and shoot those hips up and back down. Up and down. There it is. Make sure your core is staying engaged. Your gaze is right up towards the ceiling, keeping your neck nice and neutral. You got 10 more seconds. Woo! These burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay, you're gonna meet me in a standing position. So, you are going to be a little wider. Your feet are going to be a little wider than your hip position. Your toes are turned out at about 11 and 1 o'clock. Option, you can place a weight at your chest, or you don't have to use a weight at all. You can just have your hands in a prayer position. Again, chest is lifted, your core is on, it's engaged, pulling back towards your spine. You're going to sink down like you're sitting in a chair and back up. You really want to make sure your knees are going away from your midline. I don't want to see them cave in. You want to actively be pushing away and then zip it all up like a zipper. Inhale, exhale at the top. Great job. This is called a sumo squat. So we're a little wider than our normal squat position. Our toes are turned out. It really helps with mobility for a lot of us that have tight hips. And it's also a good positioning for our knees, really protecting our knees with our feet turned out. Great job. We got 4 more. 3, make sure that chest is lifted. 2, last one. Woo, good work. Okay, so that was our circuit. We're gonna go through it one more time. So meet me on your mat. We're gonna be back on our right side. On that right forearm, on that right hip, nice and lifted through your chest. I don't wanna see this. We wanna be nice and lifted. Pressing our body away from our arms. Option, place the weight on your hip, and you're gonna lower that leg up and down. You're kind of almost like in a V position with your body. It's almost like you're a mermaid laying on a beach, if that's helpful for you, how you should have your legs positioned. They're slightly out in front of your body. They're not out to the side. You can kind of have them in a little bit. Great job. You got 15 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch it over to the other side. Remember, staying nice and lifted. 10 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip it on over to the left side. So on that left forearm, left hip, kind of sitting like a pretty mermaid on the beach. You're gonna place that weight on your hip or not, and you're gonna lift and lower that top leg. We're here for 30. Remember to connect to your breath. Really squeezing that glute at the top. Belly button pulling back towards your spine. Great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, good work. Okay, you're gonna meet me on your backs. We're gonna go back into our glute bridge. So your feet are about the same width distance of your knees. You wanna make sure that your knees aren't touching or caving in. As you press up through those hips, you wanna make sure that your knees are staying away from your midline. Core is engaged, your hands are down by your side, or you can place the weight on your hips. You're gonna lift everything up and back down. Making sure you have a straight line. Hips are in line with your shoulders as you lift up. I don't wanna see a lot of arching in your back. You wanna tuck your pelvis in and under as you lift up, keeping a neutral spine as you lift. And if it's a tiny little lift, that's fine. If you start going into an arched back, you're lifting too high. And we're not working our glutes anymore, we're working our low back. Great work, you got 10 more seconds. Really squeeze through those glutes to the top as you press them towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, now you're gonna place your feet together. The bottoms of your feet are placed together. Your knees are going out wide away from your midline. So, option, you can have that weight on your hip or not. You're gonna press your feet together and it's gonna shoot your hips up towards the ceiling and back down for a frog pump. We're here for 30. These are pretty challenging. So if you're only getting the tiniest little lift, that's fine. Don't force it. I'm barely lifting off the mat. It's about 3 inches. Connect to your breath. Make sure your core is still engaged. Navel to spine. Great work. We have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Great job. We got one more set of sumo squats. So you're gonna stand it on up. We're gonna be in that wide stance, so a little wider than our hip distance. Toes are turned out about 11 and 1 o'clock. Option, weight at your hips, or excuse me, weight at your chest, or you can stay prayer hands, okay? So you're gonna sink down like you're sitting in a chair, nice neutral spine. Keeping that chest lifted, shoulders pulling back and down. Your knees are pressing away from your body, and you're zipping up like a zipper to the top. Good job. We're halfway. Smile, make sure you're having fun as we do this. Glute activation, it's so fun. It's probably my favorite muscle to train. Once you really get strong through your glutes, you can do so much. It's amazing. It feels powerful to have a strong booty. Get you through life. 3 more. And on this last one, we're gonna hold it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! Great work. Little 20-minute booty activation. I'm gonna offer you a quick little stretch before we jump off. So, it's a number 4 stretch. So you're gonna bring your left foot up on your right knee. It's like a number 4. Your hands are out behind you, propping you up. If you flex those toes back, you're gonna get a deeper stretch. And then the more you shimmy in your body towards that foot, ooh, deeper we go into that glute. Keep that chest nice and lifted. Okay, let's go to the other side. So right leg up on that left. Woo! I have that perfect sweat glaze. I call it like the glazed donut where you're just glistening. Perfect. So these are all really simple things you can do from home. You know, take a little break from Zoom and get on your mat and do some donkey kicks. Those are really easy. You can incorporate them anytime when we're watching TV. Also, when you get to come back to a lawn, you can practice your sumo squats. But thanks, everyone. I really appreciate you joining me for a 20-minute glute activation. Tomorrow, Lorraine will be teaching at noon, and she will be doing a 20-minute ab activation. So that'll be really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you soon.
Is it
So fun to work
Bye.
out together. Bye.
Isn't it? Bye.
So it's not 4 o'clock, it's noon?
We're doing noon across the board now. I just think like the same time it works for everyone, and then we're just gonna do Monday through Thursday.
Okay, sounds good.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, I sent out an email this morning with all the new times.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Molly. Great job today.
I don't think I